The Mass Effect trilogy is one of the best trilogies in gaming history, in my opinion, and today I'll be covering everything we know so far regarding the upcoming Mass Effect TV series or movie.
Lockhart QT.
As you all know, Mass Effect is the pinnacle of BioWare's signature RPG game design, basically their template. Even a decade after the conclusion of Mass Effect 3, and obviously after the subpar launch and reception of Mass Effect Andromeda, so it's unsurprising that fans like myself would want to see an adaptation of the series either in the form of a TV series on something like Amazon Prime or Netflix or Disney Plus, or an actual theatrical movie that you'd go to see in the movie theatres or cinema. If you don't know, Amazon Studios actually managed to secure the rights to Mass Effect in late 2021, and while the details so far are very scarce, we also know that as essentially of writing this video, the project hasn't even been greenlit yet. But when is the Mass Effect TV series going to air? Unfortunately, it may take a while before we ever see the series in reality. While Amazon has the rights to the Mass Effect series essentially to create a TV series, there's currently no announcement of them moving into pre-production. There's also been no director or cast actually announced yet, but we have heard rumours of certain actors receiving script and pitches, as well as actors such as Henry Cavill expressing interest in the series. And therefore the question is, will Henry Cavill be in the Mass Effect TV series? Well, nothing is confirmed yet, but Henry Cavill does hold an interest in gaming, with him actually building his own gaming PC and starring in The Witcher and the upcoming Warhammer series. And at several points when questioned on the matter, he said that he loved the Mass Effect trilogy. And there's even a video as well as a picture of him holding a script which seems to have characters in Mass Effect essentially in text on the script. One possibility on starring in the series, Henry Cavill actually said, "Yeah, very much so. Yeah, all depending on how they're executing it. I'd love to be in it." He's already a fan favourite for the series and is a popular fan casting for essentially male Shep or male Commander Shepard, which would be the main character, so to speak, if they were to do a sort of retelling of the original trilogy. But regardless of Henry Cavill's involvement, we don't even have a confirmation that the TV show is happening as of yet. We know it's going to happen at some point, but again it's just waiting for Amazon to pull the trigger. Sometimes studio will actually acquire the rights to a franchise, but then just sit on them for a long time, but he's hoping Amazon don't actually do that here. I mean, they've got the rights to one of the most popular video game series of all time, so they should use it. But in terms of my own speculation, I'd say that we could receive news on the series next year or 2025. I suppose the series will also depend on what BioWare actually do in terms of storytelling and setting for the next game in the trilogy, as in Mass Effect 4 or 5, or whatever the next game in the series is going to be called. The series could be a tie-in to the next game, or could even be a Contact era prequel, essentially focusing on the Contact War starting before the first Mass Effect game. But the next question I've got for you is, what will the Mass Effect TV series even be about? Personally, I'd love to see familiar fan favourite characters such as Shepard, Garrus, Tali and Liara, throw in extra ones like Miranda, Legion, Jack. I'd also love to see enemies such as the Elusive Man and the Reapers make an appearance as well as the Collectors. They're iconic characters not just in gaming, but in the Mass Effect universe as well. And the idea of seeing them in live action on the big screen or in a TV series would draw a lot of viewers like myself and hopefully get them lots of money, because at the end of the day this is what it's all about, sadly. As I mentioned earlier though, there's still a small chance that the series would instead focus on a different era or different part of the Mass Effect universe entirely, such as a pre-First Contact War prequel series, or a series focusing on the events of Mass Effect Andromeda. But in my opinion, I think they would be doing a massive service to both the community as well as Mass Effect fans by doing essentially a retelling of the original trilogy. And finally, will the Mass Effect TV series be in live action? Now, although we're unsure of what the series will be, in my opinion it will most likely be live action, given Amazon's other recent adaptations of popular franchises such as the recent Lord of the Rings TV show, The Rings of Power. The only other options would be an anime, a CG animated Mass Effect show, or something else new entirely. and in my opinion, a Mass Effect series solely in CGI would just essentially be like playing the games but without getting to any of the fun parts in terms of gameplay. It would essentially just be watching all the cutscenes back to back. An anime would be interesting. I mean, Mass Effect have already done an anime, believe it or not, which I'll cover in another video, but in my opinion, this means that a live action series would make the most sense. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the Mass Effect series going forward? Do you think it will be a live action show? Do you think it will be a movie? And what do you want to see in it? Personally, I'd love to see a retelling of the original trilogy or a prequel series featuring Henry Cavill in some way, shape or form. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!